We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. The stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable. Oh, it feels so good to do it. I haven't done it in several episodes. Yay!
Aww.
As we begin today's episode, we begin with most of our players having reached 4 badges. Yay!
Yes!
Now, Birdie will not be joining us on the next couple episodes just because of scheduling thing. Don't worry, Gavin will still be in the campaign. He's not disappearing for 40 episodes again or whatever.
He said too much during the Q&A. He's out.
Unless, we get like 3 episodes out and he still doesn't come back, and then we just stop referencing Gavin.
No, he'll be
We'll
right
see what
back.
happens.
He'll be right back. It's okay.
He'll be right
but
back.
as we begin today's episode, we're going to go ahead and begin it on Monday, April 11th at the top of the morning. Top of the morning to you, because yesterday we had Gavin's gym battle and the celebration of you guys getting your, specifically Coryne and Gavin, getting your 4th gym badges at the Cerulean City gym.
Yes.
With that, the day is yours, kind of. You guys had talked about potentially leaving on Tuesday, which would be tomorrow. You have not, as of yet, super mentioned what your plans on this free day where you have nothing planned would be. So I'm going to sort of toss it to you guys. What are we doing on our day off?
It's the morning, right?
Yeah, it's the morning. It's the beginning. You have the whole day in front of you.
Wonderful. I have a couple of things that I think that Coryne would like to do. 2 big ones, mainly. Coryne would like to go ahead and call her mom for morning coffee.
Guys, peer pressure works. Peer pressure works. Yeah, okay.
Let that be the takeaway.
Coryne is gonna go downstairs, grab a little cup of coffee if it's made, say hello to anybody that's up in the house in the kitchen or whatever, and then I think it's gonna go ahead and put on a little sweater and walk outside and do that thing where you just take a phone call and you're just kind of pacing outside. She's kind of walking the grounds and.
Do me a favor, roll me a D8 real quick.
D8, yeah. Or am I exploding?
No.
Oh, it's an 8.
Oh, I apologize. It should have been a D10, but it's fine. It could be D8. That's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine.
Are you
D8's
sure?
fine. Yeah, because as you go outside to attempt to take your phone call, pillars of lightning just start to rain down around you. If you'll remember, you're in a supernaturally fucking wrecked weather-wise area.
Heard. So what happens is Coryne goes to walk outside with a cup of coffee, is dialing the number on the phone. Here's the first big, and just goes. It turns around and goes right back inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just turn right around and go right back inside.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you go to call your mother. Now, let's see after all this bullying if she picks up or not.
Beep, 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 beep.
So the first ring, it goes drink, disconnect from loss of signal because of the storm. And then after 2 minutes, your bars come back. You want to try one more time?
I'll try one more time.
Got lick. Coryne?
Good morning, Mom!
Good morning. It's so nice to hear from you.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's kind of early for you to be awake.
Yeah. Well, I just had some news to tell you. Some really cool stuff happened yesterday, and I just wanted to let you know. Where are you at right now?
Oh, I'm at home. I am enjoying my coffee. We have Wiggle here. Say hi, Wiggle. Wag! You hear in the background.
What up, Wiggle?
So you had exciting news. Tell me, please.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I got my 4th gym badge.
There is a solid 2 to 3 seconds of okay, the brain of catching up what's going on. Oh, that's so exciting! That's a big deal for trainers, right?
Yeah, and it's so freaking cool. Mom, you wouldn't even believe. And I just start gushing about gym leader Finn Wake. I start gushing about Cornucopia Daycare, and every once in a while I'll check in for confirmations or answer any questions that she has, but it's just me freaking out about this entire experience at Cerulean that I've had. I talk a little bit about going and visiting Bill, who's super cool and all that stuff.
it is that thing of like the first sort of response was like your mom, like, again, she's not a super big trainer, so it's that thing of like when you first talk about gym badges, like, oh, that's like a big deal. She gets excited for you because she knows it's a big deal. But as you start getting like super passionate over the course of the conversation about like, this is the cornucopia daycare. I went and saw Bill. I saw all these things. I interacted with these Pokemon. There was like a Growlithe that you saved at one point. Like that whole like series of stories, she gets really involved and really excited about all the things you're telling her about. Some of it sounds like maybe she may have already known that it was things that were happening. Someone may have been giving her regular updates as they told you that they would. But she's glad to have the firsthand account of a lot of this information.
Yay!
Yeah, it's a morning well spent.
Yeah, it's super cool. Are you like planning any developments for anybody? Like, are you planning on going anywhere?
Not anything outside of Pallet right now, given that flying most places is pretty hard to do. Why? Do you need me in a city? Because I can just go.
No, not necessarily. I was just kind of wondering, like, what you were up to. And Coryne is doing that thing where she's contemplating on whether or not she wants to tell her mom her goal, like her ultimate goal of doing all of this. And then in the back of her head, she hears Seth Wake being like, don't tell anybody you're gonna do this until you are ready to do this.
Don't shoot your
like,
shot until you're gonna get it. Yeah.
And Coryne is doing that thing where it's like, well, I mean, and I think ultimately she kind of decides against it. I think she is gonna keep that to herself. Okay. But yeah. Otherwise, how's Pallet? Is everything okay in Pallet?
It's fine. I mean, everything's kind of crazy everywhere, right? That's sort of the news these days. We don't have any of the crazy weather that everybody else is having. But no, I mean, everybody's a little bit uneasy. But I feel like that's probably everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but no shady figures or no like big news.
If anything, it's a little bit the opposite. People are afraid of looking shady, to be honest. It's the thing of everybody's sort of like outwardly appearing as being super, super doing their own thing. People don't really wear like big long coats anymore, sort of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
well, as long as you and Poppy and everybody else is okay. Okay, well, that's kind of all I have for you. Okay. That's all that happened.
It's really nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
I'd love it if this happened more.
Mom, it was we literally just talked about this.
I know. It's just I really liked getting this phone call, and I just was really excited to get it again in the future.
Okay, I do hear that. This is also fun for me because I get to tell you about all the stuff that happens, and I'm really glad that this is nice, like for both of us. But I do have to say that you're like, I'd appreciate it if you dropped those comments a little bit.
Okay.
They feel a little guilt inducive, Mom.
That was not the intention to communicate that way, and I apologize.
Yeah, and I apologize for not calling as much. So, but this is good. This is good.
This is good.
Okay.
Send me more photos of your team.
I will. I love you, Mom. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
And the phone call ends.
Coryne's my hero.
Corinne's like, I think in that moment, like if this were like a little vignette scene, you would see Coryne like sit down her phone, sit down in a chair, and just be waiting for anybody else to wake up, and is just sipping coffee, watching the storm out the window, and occasionally picking up the phone and scrolling through and just like looking at the news.
And occasionally spotting Seth Wake outside, still fishing in the lightning.
That's crazy.
You think a storm is stopping that man from fishing? That's crazy.
We have a lot of Pokemon that have lightning rod. It's fine.
Yeah,
Coryne will just keep an eye on him, just in case, for paranoia's sake.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You do that. Nothing touches that man the entirety of the time he is outside.
I think Coryne starts thinking about, like, does he have, like, a grounder? Like, how is he not? This is insane. So, yeah.
Roll me a spot hidden check.
Why is it always spot hidden?
That's crazy.
So bad.
Have you thought maybe it's observation bias? Because you just notice every time I make you a spot hidden check. Has that occurred to you?
Stop looking
I
for
rolled
stuff.
Exactly.
2
That'll fix that.
plus my 4 badges now, so that's gonna be a 6.
6. There is some kind of Pokemon in the water keeping him safe from lightning, but you don't know what it is at this
Ooh.
point in time.
I'll ask him later.
Okay. What about the other two of you? Do you guys have anything that you'd like to mention to me over the course of our day off?
Yeah, I think in the morning, while Seth is kind of waking up in his room, hanging out with all of his Pokemon, he's going to reach into his bag and look in one of his drawers and just kind of like shuffle around his room finding things. And next to his desk, he has like a little smaller desk with like a tiny chair. And he's going to pick up Fender, who was sleeping on the bed, and is going to set him in the chair and then put a little portable DVD player on the desk right in front of him, and then pop in a TM disc and just say, learn. And then sit there and watch his little morning show while I get everyone else wake up. And I'm going to try and teach him Volt Switch using one of the TMs that we have.
Using the fucking
that's
TM.
really funny.
That's funny. Okay.
He's probably not happy about learning in the morning, but he'll thank me later.
Learn.
You get a little EXP candy to munch on while
I don't have any. I'm out of those. He ate them all. He can lick the wrapper. I don't.
Okay,
that's all I got
Switch.
left.
He can lick the wrapper is so funny.
It's so funny.
Okay, Volt Switch. Yeah. And that, you guys, I forgot you guys have that. Okay, from TM72. You guys' list of TMs is actually getting kind of extensive now that I'm looking at it.
I was just about to go look at it.
Yes.
And I think for the others, he's just gonna do his normal like morning maintenance and just check up on everybody, making sure they're good, brushing everybody's teethers and stuff. And
hey, that's a whole ordeal for some of them. Trying to brush Richter's teeth is
more of an angle grinder. Just
That's so funny.
Polishing and stuff.
You step over the spot on the floor where he's been sleeping the last couple nights. You're like, oh, that's a little thinner than it was yesterday.
Yeah, we can. Let's reinforce that a little bit.
Yeah, just toss down a sheet.
Yeah, just morning upkeep on my room and such.
Okay, hell yeah.
And then I'll go down to meet everyone else after.
All right, DJ.
I have 2 things I want to do. The first is I would like to text Hollis.
Okay.
I just want to send them a good morning photo of DJ lying in bed, and I imagine Rockruff is doing the same thing that, like, for the audience, I have 2 cats. One of them is named Pippa. Whenever I snap you guys with Pippa on my chest, like with her head right in my face, I imagine that's what Cayenne is doing when he, like, sleeps on top of her. Like, DJ would have let him up in the bed. They would have started, like, next to each other, and then eventually he would have come and sat right here. So she'll send Hollis a message and just tell them, like, good morning from me and this man with stinky, stinky breath.
So I gotta brush your teeth.
You send that text message, and it does the thing where it sends, and then it's the little red exclamation mark shows up on the bottom of it. Of, like, could not reach recipient.
Are my bars, like,
your bars seem
in
fine.
the negative?
They come in and out with the storm, but it seems like that probably isn't the issue.
Okay. Can I try again?
Sure. Little red exclamation mark again.
Same thing. I'll just try sending a regular text message. Good morning! Exclamation point. Nothing.
Exclamation mark. Yeah.
That phone's gonna get blown up when there's some signal or something receiving.
Okay, she's gonna be kind of sad about that, actually. Okay. And then I think she's going to... I am just double checking whether or not I can learn one of these TMs.
Tums.
I can! Okay.
You got so excited.
I am excited because I would love to replace Splash on Mimikyu's move sheet. So I'm gonna go look for my Mimikyu.
Your Mimikyu is such an interesting phrase. Your Mimikyu is crazy.
Sorry, I'm gonna go look for Rakoto.
That's
great. See if I can find him anywhere.
Yeah, I think you probably would be able to. I think a lot of the Pokemon are just kind of chilling around this house. So I think probably hidden amongst the cushions of the couch.
Okay. and I'm gonna like lift up a cushion and be like, "Hey, bud, I got a surprise for you." Good morning. And I'm gonna reveal another costume.
Interesting.
And-
What costume do we have?
So she's gonna go, "I've been working on this one for so long, and I really hope you like it. I hope it fits." And she's gonna give it to him, and he's gonna take it with his little tendrils and like sink back into the couch.
Mhm.
And then all you hear is like, "Kit, kit, kit, kit," and you see like anyone watching would see like the old Eevee costume fly into the air out the cushions from one of his tendrils, and he like shakes it off, and then you hear like rustling. And then he sticks his head up, but not the real head. And I say, "Oh my gosh, you look so great. Okay, let's go find Coryne." And we go and we look for Coryne.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah. I mean, easily enough, Corinne's going to be sitting in the little nook with her coffee, and then I'll allow you three to join up at this point in time.
Okay.
As you guys have completed your mornings. Yeah.
Rocco is in DJ's hands behind her back, and she can walk up. "Good morning.
Good morning.
I got a little surprise for you.
Ooh,
We're
okay.
about, we're about to go
sets down her coffee.
train. But I wanted to show you. Well, Rocco wanted to show you his new outfit, and she'll reveal him, and he is in a war turtle outfit.
This is
Kinda
the exact
darn
reaction
With-
Coryne has. Oh my god!
With a little blue scarf tied around its neck.
Seth, based off the sounds and faces being made, you'd think Corinne had been shot.
You guys said, "Have you met Ted?" and lifted up the costume. Jesus! No, I'm just kidding.
I think going off of that, it's not I who reacts the quickest. It's Fender who has now Volt Switch and is ready to he's like, "I'm ready to go and do something." Who like, zoom, 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 jutes down the stairs and is like, pitch it. Oh, pitch it. And then walks back.
Wow.
He's like, "False alarm." I'm like,
False
what was-
alarm.
And I am also impressed very much with this. Did you get an actual scarf from like the silk scarf thing for that, or is that just fabric?
It's just a scrap of fabric that I had. But I thought it would just be so fun to like make a little Myrtle costume. I'm working on a Richter.
I like
But
the
he's-
ears.
Isn't it so cute? And you can tell DJ stuffed them a little bit so that they'd stick up.
Corinne's doing that like cute aggression thing where she like wants to just like,
You can
but is like,
the head's not real. You can just
You could
crush
just
it.
snap that if
Yeah,
you
you
want.
could.
You
I
can
don't
just,
want.
you know,
But be
No.
careful. Don't pull it too far up.
I won't.
all of our audio listeners will just have to imagine it with their brains, and our video
It's
listeners.
Or-
just so cute.
Actually, that's the only option. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, that's the only option.
Actually, that's it.
I couldn't think
That's
of
it.
another one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then, yeah, I'll let him show off for a little bit, and then I'll say, like, "All right, we gotta go train up because this boy's gotta learn something better than what he's gonna go. He gotta learn something better than what he's got."
Love that for him.
It's
So,
true. It's true.
I mean, where are you gonna train? Do you mind if I come with you? Well, where were you planning on training?
I was thinking about going to the Pokemon Center would have like a training ground.
There's a
right?
training yard that's an indoor training facility in the actual city if you guys want to get training done today. It'll probably be a little
okay.
crowded, but like you can make do.
That's where we would go.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was
I
thinking
mean-
about heading over there. It's gonna be a wet one, but I don't mind.
That's okay. Seth, do you have plans, or did you want to come with us?
I can come with you guys. I don't know if I'm going to train, but I do think I'm going to be spending some time with my Pokemon for a bit.
Okay.
Give me a second. And Seth is going to reach for his phone and then hand it to Bowie. And then he's going to text my mom and see where my mom is. Because I can see my dad.
Okay.
He's happy.
This text goes through, and you text it, and you hear the steps tuk, 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 downstairs. Yeah.
Oh, hey. They were looking to train in town, and I was just checking to see what you were up to today. Because Dad's outside fishing, and I don't know where Sara is.
I'm going to be taking Spur in a little bit to go check all the perimeter fences and make sure that the wind hasn't blown any of them down.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Do you?
I'm taking some people with me. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm taking some of the hands with me.
Had to think about that because of the Spur and such.
Matt having flashes to Aaron foreshadowing the death of my mother.
What if we didn't?
We didn't.
But okay, cool. Well,
your father's coming with me, so
cool. Okay, great. Awesome. Well, we're doing some training in town, but can I talk to you later tonight or today, whatever we're doing for dinner or something? We can get stuff in the store if we like, because we're gonna be in
actually,
town.
And you do the thing where you've mentioned something to your mother, and therefore she pulls out like a receipt of like 50 items that you need to grab from the store. No idea how you're gonna get them back on your bike, but you know, there's that.
Shit all the time.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
While you're out, you mentioned it. You offered. You know. Okay.
Cool. So I will grab that. And I know before we head to, I'll talk about it later. It's fine. Okay. All right, we can go.
Okay. And she like does the thing where she like reaches over and she grabs you on your shoulders and gives you a kiss on your forehead real quick, and then she pushes you back over. Okay. You can tell she's just been enjoying having you around the house the last couple days. That's been good for her. It's been nice.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the case anymore after like tomorrow morning. It's crazy. Because you guys are leaving.
I thought because she was dying in the flying.
Yeah, because she's gonna die. I'm actually gonna kill both of your parents right now, narratively. Let me just.
If you
they didn't roll good.
Family,
they didn't roll good.
I swear to God, if you kill the Wakes,
shut the fuck up.
You will experience the wrath.
It's about time to wake up, is all I'm saying.
All right.
Anyway.
How dare you?
Okay, you guys can head into the city to get some training done. Are you guys all taking the EXP form of training? And we're going to math that out real quick. Or are any of you taking the friendship form of training?
Actually, I think this will inform Coryne's decision. As we're like riding into the city, Coryne's going to be riding kind of close to DJ. Is the storm so bad that it's kind of like we experienced earlier, where we're shouting?
Definitely. It's one of those things where it's like navigatable right now the way you guys are. Even if it's still hellish conditions, it's one of those things where traveling further south tomorrow, it's going to be like near impassable in a lot of places. So right now you can kind of make it work, but it's not great.
Understood.
Then I think once they get to the Pokemon training center and they're like taking their jackets off and wringing out their
you just throw everything on anchor. It's like,
yeah. Just throw everything on anchor. Packs up the bike. DJ, can I just ask for some advice or some expertise?
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
What's up?
So, well, I've been training this Dragonair, right?
Right.
And I know that your dad's run like a rehabilitation center work, right?
Yeah. Sure do.
Yeah.
From our care to... Nope, that's not there.
No, that's not.
Our lawyers would have been on you. You finish that sentence, our lawyers would have been on.
Cease and desist immediately. Do you know the story of this Dragonair? Did I ever tell you?
I feel like we had to have. I feel like that story definitely happened.
It definitely would have happened at some point while we were traveling, or I mean, we've been together for long enough.
Half of our introductions are like, "Hey, I'm Seth. I fought terrorists," and then that's kind of like how we segue into that combo.
So, I'm just having it just seems really apathetic after everything that it went through. Like it's just shut off, right?
I mean, that makes sense, right? It's been through a lot.
Yeah, I kind of put it through a lot one day, but like,
well, I wasn't gonna say it, but
well, we might as well. I've been doing this thing where I'm like, I'm not trying to push the relationship, right? And I want it to come to know me on its own terms, but at the same time, I don't know. Do you have any advice on how to like help it come out of its like apathy?
I think one of the biggest things is just patience. When I worked at my dad's facility for a long time, and one of the first Pokemon I ever trained, I was not nearly patient enough with it, and it caused more harm than good. I recommend keeping your patience, keeping your cool. You're a very patient person, so I don't see that being an issue. Maybe introduce it to another Pokemon. Maybe like your Roselia.
Oh,
I mean, Thornton is teeny tiny, right? It's not going to be intimidated by Thornton. It might just help to see other Pokemon interacting with you. If you don't feel quite comfortable with that yet, that's totally okay. I can also come and interact with you and just show that you are a safe person to be around. You're not here to trick it. You're not here to capture it. It is in a comfortable environment.
Yeah. Actually,
Just
I think
socializing it a little bit more.
Really good. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Speaking of a Pokemon interaction not going well because of patience, there was this one time, when I was hanging out with my mom. I say hanging out, I was living with my mom. Before, obviously. Way before like that attack from the Blue Rockets happened on Pallet, like way before that. I had a rough interaction with her Oddish because I wasn't very patient. And I think I just, like, nothing really bad happened, but I think I just scared it in such a way that I kind of broke its trust a little bit. And I've felt so bad about that for so long. So I think the patience is a good route to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Of course. It's really easy, especially if you do start making progress with it, to get excited and want to, take the next step real fast. Even as it starts coming out of its shell, just remember you got to give it time. It'll make those steps on its own if you give it the opportunity, but don't force it to do anything it's not basically telling you it's ready for.
Okay. And I think with that, Coryne is going to go ahead and take the friendship route then with this training. I think that's going to inform that choice there.
Ooh, we get to make some rolls. Yes. Okay. Very cool. With that, did anyone else have anything they wanted to mention before we start some math and cut away for the audience's sake?
I want to teach Mimikyu Dark Pulse.
Oh,
with the TM.
Interesting with the TM. You guys have had that for so fucking long.
A
Jesus.
long time. I don't know.
That was from your
checking
first
to-
gym battle.
I was checking to see if I could teach it to him.
Okay. 100%. That can be done because technically speaking, you apply those on a day of training. So yeah, that works.
I think I'm going to have Axel battle train and Richter friendship train for the day. So I can only train two Pokemon.
Yep. And for those of you with training limit 3, who are you guys training up?
Oh, I have to make a decision on this. Hang on, wait. This is so fun. This is so great. Okay, I think I'm gonna do Dragonair, Thornton, and Myrtle.
Dragonair, Thornton, and Myrtle. Okay.
I'm gonna go Rakoto the Mimikyu, Poblano the Poplio, and Aleppo the Ivysaur.
Okay.
Nice.
Also, remember as we're trying to decide like what we're doing, that if you'd like, because there are other Pokemon trainers here, when you're doing your training, you can gamble a little bit with your money while you're training. So it's not a ton of money that you would win or lose, but you could potentially win or lose some money if you want to declare that while battle training.
How much we talking?
Just a couple hundred. Just enough to like put a little bit in your pocket.
Okay.
Put a little bit in your pocket.
Sure, I'll do that with Axel's battle training.
Okay. DJ, Coryne, either of you guys?
Does it count for friendship training as well?
Yeah, it's still training.
Oh.
It does.
Well, then,
How does it count for friendship training?
Yeah.
Because friendship training is still straight up training. It's just with an emphasis on creating a bond with your Pokemon.
Oh.
It's still, the word training is still there for a reason.
Well, because
it's
like,
not
for
just
the
spa
friendship thing,
day.
it's like just chilling with your Pokemon is how I imagine that one. Okay.
No.
Is 400 Poke too much?
Oh no, you don't get to choose the amount.
Oh, great. Well, then I would like to gamble.
Okay.
Gamble
All
away.
right, DJ, what about you?
I think I'm going to gamble with Aleppo.
as we get into everyone's scenes with that, I'm probably going to go Matt, then DJ, then Coryne.
Okay.
Matt, I'm going to have you break down what your training looks like, which Pokemon you're training, and then we'll do the roll for if you earn any money.
Yeah, I think the start of the training with, because I would say my whole team is just there hanging out for the most part.
Absolutely,
But Axel and Richter are the two that are going to be like sparring against each other, and specifically so that Axel can get used to fighting Pokemon that would use effective moves against him. So like doing a gentle version of like Samtoom or Dig or something like that against him, just to kind of like help build up durability a bit more and just get him a bit more like battle hardened. And then Richter's just kind of happy to be eating dirt and spitting it out. So
valid.
There's not, he's doing it for the enjoyment of it, whereas Axel's doing it for the enjoyment of like, I want to get stronger and better at fighting other Pokemon. And I think during that time, if any other trainers spot us or want to like test out combos and moves and stuff like that, we can hit the bags.
When you said
The money
spot us,
bags.
I thought you meant like lend you money. I was like, what are you talking about?
Hey, I want to go fight that guy. Can you give me like 300 Poke
sure,
real
okay,
quick?
so
Just
the
real
way that the
quick. I'll
gambling
give it
works
a
I'll
is
double
it's
it, I'll
just
double
a
it,
straight D20 roll where you're just going to roll a D20 and you're going to tell me what you got. Don't add nothing to it. It's just a D20 roll.
Damn.
14.
14? Hey, what's which Pokemon do you have doing this?
Both, but we'll start with
You're going to go ahead and pick one of them for the gambling bits.
Richter.
Okay. So, if you're starting with Richter, what rank is Richter?
5.
Richter's going to earn you a cool 500 Poke from your little battle, from your little
nice.
training battle. Very nice.
Oh,
Very
nice.
nice.
Rich dirt.
Go. And he's just eating dirt, so you just get free money on top of that, which is pretty great. It's pretty
That's
great.
so funny.
Okay, DJ, tell me about your training day.
Okay. I'm gonna borrow Seth's DVD player for Mimikyu, and I'm gonna pop him down and go, all right, bud, I'm really gonna need you to learn something. And I think this is gonna be a perfect little video for you. You get to use your little tendrils, you get to be a little spooky. I think it's gonna be great. And I'm gonna pop in Dark Pulse.
I love that this is how we're
What's
Side note, this is the funniest thing ever. Side note, the fact that Matt just invented a new way for Pokemon to use TMs, because the way that TMs worked before was you attached a thing to the Pokeball and they did it while they were in the Pokeball, means that you now get to use TMs on this Pokemon you haven't caught because Matt just made shit up on the fly. You know what? I'm okay with Matt making shit up on
I
the
was
fly.
inspired by Bill,
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm sitting here going, man, technically speaking, if you haven't caught this Pokemon, you're not supposed to be able to do this. But also, that's really funny, so that's fine.
Be a daycare. Carol, we invent stuff.
Well, I can also offer it the Pokeball.
No,
if it
this is
wants
way
it.
funnier. This is
Okay,
way
okay.
funnier.
So I'll pop in Dark Pulse. I'll let him learn that through osmosis or whatever the fuck he's gonna learn it through. And then,
Osmosis.
by the transitive property, he gets Dark Pulse, I guess.
Somehow.
And then I'm gonna pop out Aleppo and Poblano.
Okay.
Because I think Poblano hasn't gotten real battle experience.
Mhm.
He's gotten a lot of environmental experience. But he's just a baby, so I want Aleppo to kind of teach him the ropes. Aleppo's not going to use any crazy grass-type moves on him because he doesn't want to kill this thing. So he'll just use like Double Edge and Curse, and then I think like Poblano will use Amnesia so that its special defense goes up, and then Aleppo will use like his special moves and stuff. Like he's gonna be testing Poblano's strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. Hell yeah. And then did you go experience or friendship training on those guys?
Experience.
Hell yeah. Okay. And then go ahead and roll. Which of your Pokemon are you using to gamble your money away?
I think Aleppo, because I think someone would look at DJ training these two Pokemon and like Aleppo's a little stupid, so he's like rolling around and like batting
At
the
the
water
speed
drops
of
out of
sound?
the air. Like he's being real silly. So I think
Okay.
someone would probably walk up and be like, "Oh, I'll battle your Ivysaur," and then Aleppo's gonna kick butt.
All right, roll me a d20. Oh, you're rolling a tiny d20?
I am 15.
Okay. 15. Go ahead. What rank was Aleppo? 4?
4.
You get a cool 400 poke out of this. This is pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, Kenna, don't let us down.
What? What do you mean?
Okay, so Kenna, go ahead and tell me about your training day, please.
Sure. So,
And remember, with yours, we are going to have to make some rolls in the middle of all this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think, as Coryne can, and as, you know, DJ can step away from her team in, like, small moments, Coryne is going to have Dragonair out the whole time. And it's just going to be this kind of working with Thornton and Myrtle in front of Dragonair and then trying to get Dragonair involved. And I think at one point, Corinne's just going to try to facilitate a game. It's going to be one of those things where, like, Dragonair does not want to play this game, but, like, is going to participate anyway. And it's going to be a game of tag, but with moves, with the emphasis of holding back on your moves. So Thornton's gonna be running around doing like a pedal dance and is, you know, trying to brush petals across Dragonair or Myrtle. I think Myrtle at one point goes and like runs up and kind of like skull bashes Dragonair a little bit as like a tag, and then like steps back and just kind of looks at it like you're it, and then like sprints away.
All right. With a singular advantage, please make me a high difficulty Pokemon handling roll.
Ooh, okay, because
this is a high difficulty.
Yeah, because I got a badge.
And if it goes poorly enough, there will be negative consequences.
Oh no. Okay. I added some points into my Pokemon handling now that I got my 4th badge, so hopefully that helps.
Okay, you got some skill ranks.
Pokemon handling is okay. We're gonna use Charm for this. All right,
and you get the additional D4. Don't forget, you got an advantage from DJ and the rest of the Pokemon trying to help you out.
I'm gonna use my Dragonite dice. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay, so that's gonna be that's a 7. Gonna roll my advantage. Oh yeah, it's off the table. Rolling my advantage. That's a 4. That's a 2. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
You just keep counting. Oh my god.
So you didn't. What you didn't notice because you were counting was the moment that you hit over 15. My whole body relaxes. Like, oh no, she rolled a 7. This is so bad. This is so bad.
That's cool.
Badges and ranks matter, guys.
I think over the course of that game, it's the thing where like Thornton like hits the Dragonair, kind of like looks down, and it's the woe, and it looks down and like its eyes are kind of sagging, and just sort of hits Thornton back just a little bit, just like with the tail.
Mm-hmm.
Thornton gets up, is not hurt. Up. How does Thornton react to this moment? Is this your Pokemon?
You got me.
I think so. Thornton's not hurt. As he stands back up, he's gonna take his flower petals and he's gonna flip the non-existent hair that he has, and then he's gonna put both of the flower petals on Dragonair as like a no, you're it.
I can just smack him across the room so quickly.
I think I will successfully allow you to take a single friendship with this Pokemon.
Thank you so
much. You get one. You get one with this
Everybody
Pokemon.
Gets one.
Okay.
Thanks, Spider-Man.
Love it.
Everybody gets one.
On the sideline, as Coryne is carefully watching this interaction, ready to like jump in or like return Dragonair at a moment's notice, I think Coryne does that thing where she gets really overexcited and she's just like, yes, and then she remembers what DJ said and is like immediately stoic. Calm.
You're mewing?
Patient. Serene.
You see from across the training floor, DJ just goes,
Okay. Okay. With that, go ahead and roll me a d20. Which Pokemon are you using for your gambling?
Myrtle gonna fight some people. Oh,
Myrtle gonna fuck you up.
That is a 19.
That is a 19. What rank is Myrtle?
5.
You get 500 crisp Poké dollars. Yay! You guys came in here, took everybody's money, and left.
Myrtle's just conning people in the corner with that like 3-card game where it's like find the queen.
Okay. It is a day of hard work for all three of you. You spend hours at the Pokemon Training Center. You guys figure out like all of your different teams. You guys manage to do your training with Dragonair, do your training with each of your individual Pokemon. It is a successful day. Eventually, the day begins to end. You guys, I believe, need to hit the grocery centers to get everything that Seth's mom told you guys needed to get. And then you head home for your final night in Cerulean City. Let me see if your parents survived real quick.
Well, I'm at the store.
Oh my god.
I want to, as I'm restocking stuff that we have at the daycare, and they're pretty familiar with us, where as we go in, they basically will, anything we're scanning or putting in just gets billed to our house because they didn't give me any money for it. I'm not paying for it. So it's more of the like, put it on our tab. And I just kind of restock our potions and stuff that we need for our road travel.
Yep, that's doable.
And
Nice.
stock
I mean,
up
hey, if
our-
you send
our
a text of,
inventory.
hey, can you send me money for the bill? I think your family would definitely do it.
Yeah, well, no, I think
Like,
it's
yeah,
because we're right there. It's like,
That's
hey,
fair,
we
that's
have an
fair.
account that it's billed
That's
to,
fair,
and then it
that's
gets
valid, that's
paid
valid.
at a certain time.
I can see that.
But also, I'll double check and see if we need to get any new like tents and stuff. But I think I'll ask about that because I'm pretty sure we have some stuff in the.
I think that you can more than easily restock, and I also think that for the other players to know, Matt already asked me about this, and you guys, he's already restocked your guys' potions and super potions and such.
Oh, sick.
You're the
There you go.
best. You're the best.
There you go. Just for full transparency, Matt asked me about it between sessions. You guys
Thank
already
you.
have some.
I'm
restocked
robbing this
on
store,
health items.
Give me all your potions.
I'm robbing them, but it's like I already paid. For it, so I'm just
Did you
grabbing
want
it.
to communicate to JJ just like through a quick text of what time you guys are leaving tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
I
probably
think we
pretty early.
walked by because we were at the Pokemon.
That's
Center.
true. That's true.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
once
yeah,
again,
yeah.
she's going to be just as busy as she's been every other time you've gone.
I'll tell all this information to Happening to relay.
Interesting. Happening will successfully relay about 58% of what you said.
And then at the end of it, it was like, and just have her text me whenever she like confirms that you've told her all this stuff. And I don't get a text message a couple hours later, and I'm like, Bowie, can you just send a quick text to JJ
Yeah,
with
100%.
everything we were saying before? That would help. Thank you.
That is very helpful. That is very, very, very helpful. You guys somehow managed to get all the groceries back, including like a 50-pound bag of feed, like on your guys' back at one point. You managed to get them all the way back to the
Someone's back. It's Corinne.
to the daycare. And you guys get there. The parents did not mysteriously die or get kidnapped in the middle of the day. Yay!
Why would you say that?
Because you seem to have paranoia, and it's good to stoke your paranoia every once in a while.
How dare you?
And you guys managed to get back, and it's a lovely, lovely evening where you guys should tell me anything else that's coming up, because I feel like you guys have a couple narrative things you want to cover before we leave Cerulean. I see DJ's got a hand that immediately went up.
I would try Hollis again.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's no signal goes through.
Can I? Hey, Corinne.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? It's kind of a weird favor. Can you text this number for me?
Yeah. Anything you want me to say anything in particular?
No, I just want to see if a text goes through.
Okay. And Corinne will go ahead and text the number just Corinne's gonna text hey, how you doing?
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like, hey, have you signed up for your auto insurance sort of text? Okay, hey, how you
That'd
doing?
be really funny.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, you can send a text through, and then it blink, recipient not received.
No, I gotta it's not going through.
Okay. All right.
Everything okay?
I don't know.
Who is this?
You didn't think this far ahead? What?
I Torie did. DJ did.
I know. So I'm talking to DJ at this point. That's like the text this number. Whose that number is that? It's my brother.
It might be Hollis.
Alice. Oh.
I was
Hollis.
just seeing if they blocked me, but it doesn't look like it. It just looks like the texts
Blocked
aren't going
everybody.
through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm I'm gonna text my brother. See what's going
Okay,
on.
what do you text your brother?
I just text him, hey Cliffy, just want to see how everything's going up there in Celadon. Send.
Oui. Recipient not received.
Text my dad's.
Recipient not received.
Hey guys, there's a little bit of an issue.
Wait.
What's up?
I've texted everybody in Celadon that I know, and no messages are going through, and now I'm panicking. So I feel like if it's possible, if we could just go up that way, just swing by, see if everything's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is down.
I'm kind of freaking. Okay, well then swing down that way because I'm freaking out.
It's
okay.
I'm freaking out.
Okay. All right, let's. Okay. Chill. Hold. I'm gonna find that oddish. Just give him the oddish. Hold that. Okay. Don't squeeze him. Don't squeeze him too hard. Okay. Coryne, you called your mom earlier today. That went through.
Yeah, I was able. I had to try a couple times because of the storm, and Professor, would a technology check help at all here for me to be able to figure out what's going on?
Oh yeah, I mean,
signal-wise?
100%. Super low difficulty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me get up to my ranks again because I definitely have skill ranks.
How many ranks do you have in technology?
2.
Oh, you minimum got it.
Bowie's got 3.
So you just auto succeed.
Oh, great. Okay, what's going on?
I mean, storms like this often throw out infrastructure that makes it very hard to communicate with people. Dead zones, black zones are very common in huge storms, and this is kind of the hugest storm.
Mm-hmm.
Given that Celadon is underneath most of the crazy weather, you wouldn't be surprised if not only does the infrastructure needed for communication go out and probably stay out for some amount of time because it'd be very hard to repair, but infrastructure for heating, electricity, sewage, clean water, that all might come and go over the course of Celadon being at the center of one of the biggest storms in history.
Oh, that's rough. Okay, so your panic is warranted, but I don't think we need to panic too bad just yet. I do think they are in the worst of this storm, and I had to call my mom a couple times this morning to even get a hold of her, and she's in Pallet. So, really quickly, if you guys make fun of me for this, I'm gonna shoot something. Is Gavin here, and does Gavin have the sat phone?
I think we lost.
Yes, Gavin is here, and yes, Gavin has a sat phone. It's in the group inventory. You can grab it. It's fine.
Okay, great.
Is it in the group inventory because Gavin didn't remove it?
I don't know. It's
I
in the
feel
group
like we
inventory.
lost it, but
I don't remember. It's fine. Grab it. It's fine.
Oh,
you did lose it, but then you bought more. I remember, actually. You guys lost it back in the Blue Rocket base. And you got it. You got a new version of it once you guys hit Pallet Town the 3rd time.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that and see if that connects.
Oh yeah. I mean, where are you trying to call?
I think the sat phone would help if you were in the conditions, not calling out from it. Speaking from telecommunications employee past, you gotta.
Yeah.
They need the sat phone. We don't need it because we have signal.
Now it'll help you guys not have to make the rolls when you're calling out, but yeah, it doesn't do anything for the people who don't have signal.
Yeah.
So
I would say, if anything,
now if you were calling another sat phone, that would probably help.
That too.
But
I would say you could check with your friend who has weather observation computer stuff. They can't move any satellites anymore, but they can at least forecast.
Yeah. I'll text Poppy and just see. I mean, what are we asking? We're just asking her how bad the storm is over Celadon.
How bad's the storm? Is there going to be a clear spot soon?
Oh,
in
clear
terms
spot's
of
a good idea.
Coverage.
I'll text. Yeah, so that's what I'll text Poppy. I'll text Poppy and be like, "Hey, we're trying to reach somebody in Celadon, but we're not getting through. Do you see a clear spot opportunity anytime soon where we'll be able to get a signal through?"
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You texted that to Poppy.
Yeah. So I just texted Poppy. We'll see if we can get there, and then I'm okay with that. If you guys are okay with that, if we just shoot straight down to,
I'll tell you right now, from a map perspective wise, there is no direct route from Cerulean to Celadon. You're gonna have to go through Saffron. It would be hard to go off route without the storms around, because that means you're going to be running into rank 10 Pokemon. You're going to be running into lack of roads. You're going to be running into a lot of issues where there's just like no help for you. Flying over like Gavin did would have been doable pre the storms. Pre the storms. You're going to have to go down through Saffron and then anchor through Saffron to get to Celadon if you want to get there. Honestly, I was going to wait to talk to you guys about this until we got to the point where you guys are actually leaving off tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and talk to it now. The way that we're going to be rolling travel is going to be a little bit different when we start heading down to Saffron. Now that you guys are like looking at weather patterns and looking at the routes. On a normal map, you could make the hike from Cerulean to Saffron in a day. I wouldn't be surprised if it took you upwards of a week to do this version of it. Basically, it is 12 miles. But it is 12 miles of the weather constantly shifting from massive strikes of lightning to floods to snow to hail to like twisters. It makes sections near impassable. You're constantly going to have to backtrack and delay. There is going to be days where you just make no progress because you cannot travel that hard. So when it comes to this sort of travel, it is random how long it's going to take you guys to get to Saffron because it's going to rely on rolls that you guys make. So I would not be surprised if it took easily 3 or 4 days when normally you'd be able to do it in 1. Because 12 miles you can do in a straight on like proper hike, you can do it in a day.
Especially on bikes.
Yeah, especially on bikes. Your bikes are going to be near unusable for this next stretch of the next stretch of road. Unfortunately.
What the heck did we get them for?
Hey, they really helped with Bill's house.
Got some ideas.
Yeah, it made Bill's house half the time that it would take him to travel that. But it is that thing of, there was a reason that JJ asked for somebody to help her get down there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, without access to a teleporter, travel is really hard right now.
You can test small teleports, but not big ones. Because,
and
the amount of people we got.
Even if I had taught Newton teleport, I've never been to Celadon, so I still wouldn't be able to use it until I got there.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So with that knowledge is when you guys are like sort of like ruminating about this information is when the parents come back inside and they're soaking wet and covered in mud. But they look happy. They look like they've had a decent day. And the Wakes kind of look at you kids and go, "Is something wrong?" Finn Wake, his ability to read a room is fantastic.
His ability to read a room, or DJ inhaling into a brown paper bag. What?
Yeah. No, he's seeing the hyperventilating going, "Oh, something must be wrong."
Yeah. He's an empath.
Yeah.
He's an empath, yeah. Runs in the family. I think something might be going on with like the weather where DJ's folks are at, and they're not handling it great.
Oh, I got a report through earlier today. Yeah, Cerulean lost its Celadon. 2 C names, lots of that going around. Lost its communications array earlier today. They're trying to try and have it back up by the end of the week, but we'll see. It's not like there's really a break in the weather for them right now.
Great. Love that.
Yeah. Hey, they still have electricity, so that's
yeah, I'd say their infrastructure's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Corinne's paranoia spikes. What do you mean just their communications went down, but their electricity is still up? It's Celadon, huh? Interesting. Coryne doesn't voice any of that.
Coryne, are you okay? You're just kind of stewing in the corner over there.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know. Gavin, what do you think?
You're such a bitch! You're such a bitch!
I want to hear what Gavin has to say about this.
Yeah, what does Gavin have to say, actually? Matter of fact, Gavin,
I'm British
here's your
or
sat phone back.
No, he goes, yeah, I got that report earlier today, but I mean, there's only so much we can do right now. We're working on local couriers going to and from the city from Saffron, but there's only, they can only go so fast.
Have you heard anything about my parents' facility at all?
Not the work in particular, but I would assume, like a lot of places are, they're being tapped for their Pokemon to be used in places to where electric types make good local communication networks, fire types make good heating, so I would assume that they're probably very busy.
Yeah, my pa's got almost like a bunker for stuff like this, so
Your
That
dad
makes me
Doomsday
relax a
preppers?
little bit.
They have like a
My dad what?
ranch with your dad's doomsday preppers, They have, like,
One of them
a
is
bunker?
just very prepared. Like Eagle Scout level of prepared,
Buckets of food.
basically.
Well, here,
Non-perishables out the wazoo.
let me get started on dinner, and we'll have some food. I'll see if I can talk to anybody who might have satellite communications out there, and maybe I can get a check-in. You see Alicia's
That
like
would
at this
be
point gets
awesome.
behind, starts putting away the groceries that you guys put on the counter because you've just gotten home and everything.
Yeah.
Starts dealing with that. Yeah. So dinner gets started. It's a hearty and warm soup to warm everybody's bones because you've all been out all day. Over time, you guys would get in contact with someone who has a satellite phone in Celadon, and you know that the work is currently okay. Most city infrastructure is fine. Lower parts of the city are flooded. There's lots of issues with like lightning taking out electricity, but they're working as well as they can. Given that, electric type Pokemon are pretty common, especially like in central Kanto, it's one of those things of like, okay, for at least a couple of days, if the city needed to, it could hold out without a power grid kind of thing. If things seem to be okay for now.
Heard.
Yeah.
Heavy
The
on the
situation
for
will
now.
continue the situation will continue to devolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can Coryne ask Mr. Wake, Gym Leader Wake, how did he get that report? Like, is that like a gym leader intercommunication thing? Because like we couldn't talk to anybody.
I mean, I got it through my email. Are you asking like how they got the information out of Celadon?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, we have, so basically in an emergency, whenever cities lose communication, one of the first things that we do is send local couriers with Pokemon to go between cities. So that way we can get as much information as possible. It's one of those things where nothing's going to ever cause as much danger as a lack of communication. Yeah.
Very fair.
So right now, I think they've got a couple satellite networks up and working. But in terms of like how the initial calls came through, it was all just really fast and good ace trainers making it through some really scary shit. So, if there's more issues like this, I mean, we're definitely going to try and keep everything as safe as possible. I think that right now you guys have enough to worry about. Leave the infrastructure stuff to the organizations that were built to take care of this. Plus, you got your little like weather radio things, so you need to be, exposing those to weather anyway.
I wasn't so much worried about the infrastructure, just about my dad's.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the only thing that's gonna, mess with your dad's though is the infrastructure going down.
Breathing into the back again.
And as that conversation, oh yeah, what's up?
At the mention of organizations, Coryne gets like a little glint in her eye and makes a note
Organization
on her
13.
phone and then puts it away.
Okay, you make a note on your phone. Interesting. You should text me, Aaron, what that was about.
Okay.
And as that conversation is healthily going on in the background, Seth, I believe you elected to help your mom do some cooking.
I did. I'm going to
Okay.
help her do some cooking
Okay.
and chat with her.
And chat with her. Okay. In what ways? What are we chatting about? You and me. We're standing at the kitchen working on stuff.
I think that so like as we're cooking and doing all the prep stuff, Seth is going to just kind of mention to his mom or say like, "Hey, how have I been doing with all of this?"
Good evening to you too.
I feel like we
how
had
have you-
lead up conversations and other things about
I
the weather
was-
and the day before that.
I was really just sitting here chopping vegetables. And she kind of like slides the cutting board away, and she's still kind of got the knife like this, like not like brandishing it or anything, but she's doing the thing where she's just holding it.
I think you're doing great.
And she does that thing where she like runs her thumb like down the back of the spine, like as you do. And she goes, I mean, you're solving problems, right? You're being successful in the things you're putting your mind to. I think there's nothing better you could ask for. Now, you and I might disagree as to like how much those are your problems and how much you need to be applying yourself in those moments, but I can't deny that you're not doing fantastic work.
Sure. And I appreciate that. I'm not necessarily looking for like a pat on the back in regards to like what has been done.
Oh, this isn't
necessarily.
just free praise. This is a genuine look at of what you're doing. I think you're doing as best you can in these moments.
I feel like with everything that's been going on and just things I've noticed, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, if that makes sense. Back at Seafoam, I worked hard to get that endorsement through Vosco, but after talking with Uncle Bill, I think I should back out of that. I don't really know. But I do think speaking with Uncle Bill did kind of show me other things I could be good at, but I don't know if there's a right path to doing so, because I don't know.
I mean, throw them out there. I think anything that you want to do, you're going to succeed at. So what are you even looking at? And you also don't have to stick to one thing. One of the greatest things about everything we do is we can do whatever we want. I get to run this place. I got to be a ranger for a very long time. Your dad gets to run the gym. He gets to do his fishing. He gets to run this place. Like, you don't have to do one thing.
I thought being a ranger would be cool because I do like experiencing new Pokemon and interacting with them. And that's great because I've seen you do it all my life. And I don't know if I want to be a gym leader, though. I do like helping people take care of Pokemon in whatever way they can. So I don't know. I do think that after speaking with Uncle Bill, though, he had said that to be a Pokemon professor, you have to have research and like formal education, but I don't necessarily have that.
So that's one of the things is formal education is such an open sort of statement when it comes to that. One of the reasons your Uncle Bill doesn't have what that's considered is not only did he not go to any accredited university, he didn't apprentice with any other sort of Pokemon professor before he made his bid into the world. And now, even though he's worked with genius minds the world over many, many, many times, he still doesn't have that bit of respect. If you are looking at doing something like what your Uncle Bill does and you do want to have that bit of reputation, I would say talking to one of the accredited professors is something you should absolutely do.
I think that could be fun. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's because I wear that jacket too much from Oak Labs.
Well, we have plenty of contacts. I mean, Professor Cerise is around, Professor Oak is around. If you wanted to maybe look at after the season going and doing something in another region, that's always open. We've got plenty of friends over the ocean that you could look at. Whatever you need for this, we can help you with it. We told you that from day one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm keeping pace, if that makes sense.
Well, that's the problem, is who are you supposed to be keeping pace with here? The only person you're keeping pace with is yourself.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, if you're looking at your friends, it's like, well, yeah, some of them have pretty specific driven goals, so of course they're going to make greater strides toward that specific goal, but towards you guys developing as people, you're just choosing to invest your time in a couple of different things, which isn't going to show the momentary singular gains that you're going to see when you have a specific goal. That doesn't mean you're not growing the same as all of them.
Sure, and I'm not comparing myself to my friends. I just think to my own expectations, I feel like I'm not keeping up with what I think I should be doing, but I don't know what I should be doing, so I can't.
Well, maybe start with that.
I don't know.
Start with figuring out what you want to do, and then start comparing yourself to where you're supposed to be at.
How am I supposed to know what I want to do if someone doesn't tell me? That's hard.
Well, you try things out.
Okay.
Try things out. If you think that this researcher thing is something that you want to genuinely look at, why don't you talk to one of the professors and see if you can get a couple field tasks? See if the things that they like doing are things that you want to try doing.
Yeah, but from what you said, Uncle Bill doesn't count, but that's who I'm kind of looking up to towards this situation, because everyone else kind of seems like they are
If this is just about
things.
trying out things, you don't need to worry about getting accreditation yet. You can just work with your uncle if you want. Until it comes to the point where you decide that that's a career path that you want to try, you don't have to worry about interning with another major researcher. He's just as good as all of them, he just doesn't have the paperwork for it.
Okay, well, I'll think about it.
Okay, keep thinking about it.
But I appreciate it. I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate it.
And she kind of like slides the thing over it. Wash these. And she like hands you like a big thing of potatoes.
Speaking of, you said you mentioned Cerise earlier. Have you heard anything about what's going on in Cerulean City?
Oh, the giant, like, affront against nature that's sticking out the top of their city, yeah.
Yeah, did they mention anything about that? Or
I mean, they haven't had to use it yet, which is nice.
Cool. Okay, but, like, anything else? Like, nothing, like, they were looking around for things or people?
They're in
or
the
places?
same issue that everybody else is in right now of dealing with these massive storms, and then being on the ocean definitely isn't helping, but in terms of anything else, not as far as anything
So if
that's
we,
caught
like,
my
walked
eye.
back by there, we wouldn't be...
Oh, because you guys ran from the authorities when dealing with things there. Yeah.
We didn't
Well-
actually run at all. It was actually kind of like a stomach-turning,
No, keep washing the
Warp
potatoes. And
to
she,
a
like,
different-
brandishes her knife a little bit.
warping to a different city, town type of thing.
Yeah,
So
no.
not a lot of running, actually. Have
I
you seen
still
DJ?
probably
They can't
wouldn't
run.
anytime soon. I'd probably wait a little bit longer.
Got it. Okay. Well, we're going to be
Cool.
going around to some other towns, but I can imagine Gavin wants to take on Surge and, I don't know, rub it in his face that is...
Well, from what I've heard, Gavin
sucks
would
at
have no
battling.
problem going to that city.
Yeah, but we would be...
What do you
with-
think, Gavin?
I do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's 'cause, Cerise was really nice, and I think I made a good impression. I did break his...
He's a good man.
But hopefully that's fixed. Cool. Okay, we'll think about it. I also did want to ask, if it's possible, do you happen to have any old gear that we could take on the road with us?
I was actually meaning to talk to you kids about that. And, like, she goes over back to the front porch where you can see that on the front porch, she's just dropped, like, a very big, like, waterproofed duffel bag. And she sort of pulls it back into the house and sort of makes like, a little bit of scraping noise. Pulls it in. This is we stopped by the shed and grabbed all of the, like, you know, extras that we had from our field hands. They should get you through to the next city. They're not going to be super comfortable and the sizes might be a little weird, but you guys should have access to some, you know, climbing equipment in case you need it. There's a winch in here. It is hand crank, but, you know, it's something. And I mean, you've got Coryne with you. I've seen what that girl can lift.
Cool. Are there any harnesses or things like that? I know with some of our Pokemon, they might be getting a bit bigger on the road. Might help.
For like riding?
Yeah.
Your Gabite is going to be big enough at some point relatively soon.
I think so. As I step on his foot and scrape the potato peelings into his mouth.
In his mouth.
Just a
And she
garbage
looks at him and she
disposal.
goes, I've got some of Spur's old gear that might work.
Okay, yeah, if you don't mind, I just have it on hand. I don't know when that's going to happen. We're still working on making
I can
sure
send it
he's
to a Pokemon Center whenever you're
thoughtful
ready
and
for it.
collected. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. And you and your mom sort of like fall into like more of a comfortable silence as you keep, you know, working and getting dinner ready and everything. And as your friends are hyperventilating into paper bags or being non-existent or contemplating the end of the world. And it's one of those things where it's not like a super calm evening, but for a last night in Cerulean, it's not the worst that it could have been, right? You guys have made progress as people. You have trained your Pokemon. You have earned your badges. You have a clear goal of where you're going. It's just the idea of, oh, the future is really, really daunting.
And really
but with that,
uncertain.
That is where we're going to end today's episode of Unbeatable. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. This episode of Unbeatable has been brought to you by members of our Patreon. Specifically, thank you, Devin Pearson, for supporting us. Our patrons see our episodes early and get access to our Discord where we interact with our community and gather questions for our monthly Q&As. See you next time, and stay unbeatable.
I am unbeatable, I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are Unbeatable.